So I bought another ThinkPad. I was at school one day and I was messing around with my friends in during lunch, and I accidentally, while walking to the cafeteria, I dropped my laptop onto the floor. Battery came flying out, and then the keyboard fell out, and then there's a little chip here, and the keyboard, two keys actually popped off here. This keyboard used to be on this laptop, and I was looking online. A keyboard is $50, but an entire ThinkPad that is four parts was $70. I was thinking to myself, okay, I can buy the keyboard. I can buy the ThinkPad for $70. Use the $50 keyboard and then scavenge the parts and then sell it online. This screen by itself, I think, is worth about like 80 on the used market. And then it came with no batteries, but I had spares. But even the motherboard and everything else is probably worth more than $70. So I bought it, and again, because I had the extra battery and I had memory, I plugged it in. I plugged everything in, and then to my surprise, if it shows up here, it just works. Look at that. That's incredible. $70 for a working laptop. I know ThinkPads can be had for really cheap, but $70, that's like T430 price tag. So to be able to get a 480 for that price is honestly kind of insane. I don't use this as a desktop though, or even a laptop. I use this laptop as a server so I can host music. And I want to go through how I did it and what I want to do next. I am going to show the inside of the laptop now. I want to do some slide modifications. Yeah, the battery just pops out. It's like if anyone has seen my other video on the ThinkPad, or has just seen any other ThinkPad videos in general, which I'm sure everybody has at this point, judging by how many views they get. That's why I'm making this video, by the way. I like the view. It was pretty cool. And then I made another tech video about another laptop that I thought was honestly more cool than the ThinkPad. And then it got like 100 views. So I'm not complaining or anything. It's just I found it kind of weird. People will watch like the same ThinkPad video for like the 100th time. Is this screw? I thought my screws were not in. I guess they were. Hold on. Oh, I'm also using a new camera app that lets me record in RAW and log. I've had some issues setting it up, but I think I got all the kinks out. So if the footage looks a bit weird, let me know in the comments, and then I'll probably just not use it in the future. What is going on? I can't take the laptop apart. The keyboard screws are in because they have to be right. And they're not in. I can feel them being loose. No, it was just kind of stuck on. So here's the inside of my laptop. As you can see here, I have a pretty good SSD. I wish I got an NVMe one. I know this is a SATA port, but there's an adapter made for this laptop that adapts NVMe into SATA. My continuous write and read speeds are fine, but it's more so the random read and writes that are. I think I can only get like 80 megabytes or megabits per second, which is not bad, but NVMe can do much better. So if I had to redo the server, that's what I would change. And it's only 1 terabyte, which is fine for now. But as I want to get into later, I'm only using the server for music right now, but I want to maybe store photos and maybe even get some legally obtained TV shows, possibly. But for TV shows, I need way better storage, which I don't have. And also, I want to take this battery out because I don't know how long that's gonna last, and I can't check up on it like I can with the external battery. So I'm gonna just remove this permanently, and then maybe I can just use this in my regular T480, who knows. And it only has one stick of RAM, which again, as I'll get into later, it was fine when I was just streaming music. and we're not even streaming it. I was hosting music for other people, like on this thing called SoSeek. Again, I'll get into it later. I didn't need RAM before, I need RAM now, so let me get more. There's some RAM in this laptop here, my Acer Expire. So let's see. I think there's two 4 GB sticks. There's an 8 GB stick already in my server. So if I get another 4 GB stick, I'll be able to get 12 in the server. And they're all 2400 megahertz, I'm pretty sure. If you can. This app really sucks at focusing, but I think the colors are way better, so it might be worth it. But it really does not like to focus on anything. I think I have to like manually focus. Nope, no, we did it. Wow. Yeah, 2400. It does not say the. Oh, it's a SK Hynix kit. I didn't even know that. I don't know how to SK Hynix. But yeah, no timing on it, but it doesn't really matter. I just need more RAM. I don't care about how fast it is. And it should just be plug and play here. Again, thankfully I already have memory and storage before the whole AI bullshit that's going on. But yeah. There's another PCIe port here. I'm pretty sure I can get an NVMe. I think 30 I don't know what the name is called. I think 3830 drive. I can put it in here, but with the current storage and RAM prices, I don't know if I want to do that. But yeah, this could fit another like 2 TB here. And then if I want to upgrade this storage, I can get like up to 16 TB, but more probably I'll just get like a 3 TB drive in the distant future when prices come down. But anyways, that's it for the hardware. And then I gotta hurry up because somebody was downloading music for me on SoSeek. Again, I mean, it's just a music sharing platform, kind of like Napster back in the day. And yeah, somebody was downloading for me, but their connection was really slow. I had to wait like an hour for them to finish downloading. So I just told them, hey, either download for somebody else or wait like 30 minutes. It's only been 7 minutes. So we're on track. But yeah, I mean, everything just works now. And then it's not the fastest booting device, but again, for a server, it's going to be already on most of the time anyways. And now if we go in BTOP, it should just show up the extra memory. Yeah, total is 12 GB or 11.4 GB. So yeah, everything lines up. And I can run more services on my laptop without everything go. Yeah, and you can see here, swap. If I go down here, swap storage is 0. Before, you would be like halfway filled up, which I think swap is 2 GB. So you'd be constantly using a whole gigabyte of my SSD. Which I don't care about the storage that it uses, but it's gonna decrease the lifespan of my SSD, which I don't want, obviously. And we are back on the desktop here. And again, I haven't tested this yet, but I should be able to just log back into my server here. There we go. And quickly restart SoSeek. I'm actually using a client called Nicotine Plus, but it's the same thing basically. Oh, there we go. I was just about to close the program and then it opened back up. So this is not how I stream my music though. I use a plugin or an app called Jellyfin. And there we go. This is my server up and running here. And then I have a client on this side. This is my desktop over here. And I can just stream anything I want. I can't really... Hold on, that's copyrighted. I can't play that. I got permission from the creator, so if YouTube wants to copyright strike me for this, that's bullshit. What is their name? Hold on. Wait. I gotta go to artist and then there. I have permission from the artist to use their songs in the background of my video, so if YouTube copyrights me for this, I swear to God, because they copyright every other song I used, even though it was explicitly free to. I'm not gonna get into it. Oh, I gotta turn. That's my Discord. That's my bad. But yeah, I mean, none of this is on my local device. If I go to, I think I do have a bunch of music files, but I don't need them anymore. I'm just gonna delete it. Yeah, permanently. I don't care. It's just boom. There we go. And I just saved 200 gigabytes on my local computer, and I can still stream everything. But there's one problem where if I go on my phone, I'll screen share on my phone here. But as you can see here on my home screen, I can go to this app called Finamp, and it's basically like it's the same thing as what I shot on my desktop, which is Fashion, but it's on my phone. However, if I turn my data off, or I need my mobile data at least, but if I turn my Wi-Fi off, I no longer get access to my files because everything is streamed locally on my home network. I can't download stuff, but then that gets into the whole thing where I don't want to have everything, all my files copied on my phone because then I would have no storage left. I found a tutorial online where you can run a custom VPN and then stream all your music through the VPN into a wide area network, which should allow me to stream music when I'm outside, which would be pretty cool. So I'm gonna spend some time looking that up, and I'll get back to you guys if I make any improvements. Okay, I figured since I have to reinstall my server's operating system, I'm gonna back up everything to my phone or media player now. It's pretty simple. I didn't eject the drive, but whatever. I come over here. Well, I have to grab my SD card reader. Okay, so I get my SD card adapter and put it in there, and then put it in the server, and come over to my desktop here, and it just shows up. And again, all I have to do here is eject the, oh, can I focus? There we go. Eject the SD card, put the adapter back in, and then just plug it into the phone. Hold on. And there we go. I just have VLC installed here because basically every other app doesn't run on Android 6.0 anymore. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this. This is you probably saw this earlier, but this is Samsung Note 4. I bought this phone for about $50 because, again, it's easy to remove the SD card so I can transfer files to it easily, and the battery can be replaced too. So even though this phone I think is what 13, 14 years old at this point almost, it can still last for about a week before I have to recharge it. If you go in the battery here, you'll see the last time I recharged it was January 1st, I guess, or like basically January 2nd, and it is now January 10th, and it's still at 66%. Granted, I've barely used this phone, but still, the idle power draw is basically nothing. And I can go in, choose any song I want, and just starts playing. And of course, there's a headphone jack, so I can plug in any IEMs I have and just have it work. And even Bluetooth still works if I get my wireless earbud. This is the Nothing Year 2024. Turn on Bluetooth here, and it should just connect. I think. Yeah, there we go. And if I play anything now, it's gonna come through the earbud. And this phone only has Bluetooth 4, but even then it still sounds pretty decent through the earbud. So I think for $50, and I think another $40 for the SD card, which is a half a terabyte card, I think it's not a bad choice for anyone who wants the budget media player. Or most people probably have a old phone anyways, so you can just use that old phone, buy an SD card if your phone has an SD card slot, and then it can be a pretty powerful little cheap media player. And again, I should be able to play some music videos here, but I have to set that up in the. I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, I can play videos, I can play music, and all of these are flagged, by the way. So they're completely lossless, unless obviously if I use Bluetooth, it's not lossless anymore. But through the earbud, through the 3.5mm, it's all lossless. Okay, so by this point in the video, I had already long stopped talking because this was taking way longer than I thought it would. And I was just kind of tired by this point. And it turns out I had one major problem, which is I had the wrong operating system installed. Right now, I'm trying to install a program called Pi-ho, which basically like helps me set up my VPN. But it only runs on either iOS, which is only on it can only be ran on Raspberry Pis, or have to use Ubuntu server or Debian. But I have Mint Linux. I thought it would be okay because Mint Linux is basically a fork of Ubuntu, but it turns out I have to use Debian or Ubuntu for it to work. So I have to reinstall my entire operating system. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But I did end up going with Debian, and it did end up working in the end. It just took me basically 3 days to get the setup. So I'm not gonna show any of the process because I don't know what I'm doing. If anyone watching wants to know how to do what I did, I'll link everything in the description below. Watch them, not me, because again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I just need to install Ubuntu, or I'll probably Debian actually. I'm gonna just reinstall my operating system. But before I can do that, I gotta re-download all my music to my computer so I don't lose it. So, well, I gotta wait now. Let's see how long that's gonna take, like an hour probably. This is a good time to see the upload speed I was talking about. Right now it's going pretty fast, 100 megabyte, 100 megabit, that, 100 of that. Basically megabytes per second. Yeah, but I guess in the meantime, I'm gonna go play some games. Screw this.
See you. For some reason.
I got commander gunner, push him!
I'm ready this time.
No!
Wide swing it.
Yup.
He's on.
Okay. I hear something in front. I don't know if that's
It's
you.
Soviet. It's friendly. Wait, I don't think it's friendly.
No, I'm thinking! No, I'm thinking about it!
Don't listen to me. It was not friendly. He's actually flying over me.
What am I? My camera just... He just cut himself. My camera cut it. Look, he holy here. I almost killed myself. My camera. What is it?
Japanese, kill it.
Whoa! Incredible shot.
Wait!
What? There's multiple? Who's the other one? I got nothing. What?
Yeah, it's over. It's good.
I got negative signal here. I have to throw it directly on. How do I kill the wrong thing actually? That's actually funny as hell. Okay, so I'm finally getting to the point where I edit the video, but I realized I never showed my server fully working, which is kind of embarrassing. But anyways, here's my server. It pretty much looks the same as before, but it has a lot more functionality. So of course my SoSeek still works, so anyone can download stuff from me. That's always been working. A little bit buggy here, but yeah, that's working. And then Fashion. I can type in correctly. That also works. I can stream anything from my library that I want. And there's a little bit of quirks with Fashion. Like if I search up if I go in the album or any of these tabs, I come in here and I search the artist name, like Meritu or whatever, anything. They don't show up unless I search the album name. So if I want to listen to a album, but I only remember the artist's name, not the album itself, I can't listen to it unless I click down here in the artist section. But the problem with that is a lot of my tags, a lot of my metadata on my music isn't fully correct or isn't fully like coherent, especially with like Japanese or other language artists. Like sometimes, especially with Karaoke Bear, there's like it doesn't even show up because it's in Japanese for me. So I don't have a Japanese keyboard, and that's a problem with Japanese in every other language too. So, but at least it works. I'll fix that later one day maybe. And of course, the whole reason why we're here, everything works on my phone now too. I'll show a clip of me testing it on my phone. On top of everything, I can also open up my file explorer here, and then I can go to my networks, and then hold on, yeah, there we go. Go to here, and yeah, I just have access to my entire server now. So I basically have a NAS, and anywhere in my house on any computer, I can log in to my SMB file storage, and I can store like photos, passwords. I have a bunch of Linux ISOs, like actual Linux ISOs, for if I want to distro hop on my desktop, and any config files, anything I can think of, I can put it on here. And if my computer gets hacked, or probably not hacked, but if I like, if I re-download my operating system, or I lose some files, or I just want to have easy access to it, everything is on my network and I can access it easily. That's pretty cool. That's something I didn't have in my previous server, on my Linux Mint server at least. But I think that's pretty much it for now. So see ya.